Let's get our next guest out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted that she's on the show. It is Natalie Imbruglia.
Nothing's gonna torn. Illusions never change into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the purpose
It's lovely.
They're murdering your song. Hello. Lovely to see you.
I thought it sounded lovely.
Yeah, well, there you go. Your version was my preference, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to imagine them lying torn on the floor and all that.
No, naked on the floor.
Naked on the floor.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why it sold so well. All those teenage boys thinking about you lying there naked on the floor. Well, welcome to the show. You look amazing.
Thank you.
You're glowing in a kind of healthy way.
I got bronchitis. So
well, that's obviously working for you. Well, what kind of medication are you on for that?
Something to stop me from coughing.
And giving you a glow?
Antibiotics, so maybe it's good for the skin as well.
Do you like medication at bedtime? Day nurse, night nurse, Rohypnol?
No.
You ever tried any of those? I actually tried Rohypnol once.
Rohypnol, I've tried that.
Did you try it?
It's quite nice.
I tried it accidentally. I had diarrhea, OK? Yeah.
You took it for diarrhea?
Yeah, I know. What was I thinking? But at least I know I was safe. No one's going to take advantage of me. I was given
you woke up on the toilet?
Well, I was away. I was a long way from home. And I was in Mexico. And I came down with terrible diarrhea, and this doctor would give me all this stuff to take with me in case we didn't find doctors there. They had stuff, and we took some. You just not lying on the bed like that.
Yeah. It's a sleeping tablet.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. I thought it was for diarrhea.
Did you wake up on the toilet? No?
I woke up in a pile of my own shit, if you must know. And thank you for making me talk about this in front of people.
Sorry.
You've lowered the whole tone of the show.
I'm sorry.
Let me just check. I think I've been saying it correctly. It's Imbruglia.
Yeah.
But there's a G in there, so it looks like Imbruglia.
Imbruglia, yeah.
So it's Imbruglia, and it's an Italian name originally.
Italian name. I think the name's actually Spanish, but my father's Italian.
OK.
So.
And he was born in Italy? Well, that would be... Explain it, yeah. And then he moved to Australia, or...
When he was 4 years old.
OK, so he's essentially an Australian now?
Yeah.
Does he speak Australian with a slight Italian accent?
No.
It's full on?
He's never been able to speak Italian very well.
So he's still...
He just does a lot of... Yeah, but no one can understand him.
Like that. Hey, what's going on?
Mamma mia.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? I didn't know that we could both speak Italian.
Yeah, we do.
Now, you recently got married, is this right?
Yes.
When was that?
Just over a year ago.
Oh, over a year ago, OK.
New Year's Eve 2003.
And your husband, he lives in Australia?
Well, he's spending a lot of time here, actually, but his record deal's in Australia, so
he's in a band, isn't he? What's the name of the band?
Well, he was in a band called Silverchair,
OK.
and at the moment he's working in a band called The Dissociatives.
Right. I remember Silverchair, they had a hit over here, I think.
Yeah?
I think so.
I don't know which one.
How can you be married to a bloke and you don't know whether he had a hit in the UK?
I don't know his history, or the history of how well he did here.
Well, I think you better bloody find out, don't you? It's not all about you, Nats.
I honestly didn't think he had a big hit here, so that's why I'm shocked that
Maybe he didn't. Maybe I'm just being polite,
Maybe
but I thought he had a hit here. Silverchair, I remember them having a hit of some sort.
Yeah? Probably Tomorrow, which was off their first album.
Maybe that was it. I'll find out and I'll email you about it as soon as you give me your address. Now, you've had a strange career. I was talking to David Carradine earlier about his career, and you've had a kind of a strange career in a way as well, because, of course, first of all, you were famous for being in Neighbours, which you weren't actually in for that long, I don't think, were you?
2 years.
Well, it's quite a while, but not as long as some. And then you left Neighbours, you came over here, and you kind of reinvented yourself. You took some time, and you came back as a singer, but not in the way that we'd come to expect people from soaps, particularly Australian soaps, to come, because normally it was pop and it was quite lightweight. We had Kylie and Jason, but you came back with a proper kind of credible album, big hit single. You know, hats off. I mean, that's some achievement. Presumably, you knew what you were doing there. You had a kind of.
I didn't really. I think I just got lucky. I mean, especially the whole reinvention thing. I just said, can I wear my own clothes? And nobody argued. So it wasn't a conscious decision to have an image at all. I was more concerned about people believing that I was authentic and not creating an image. And in effect, I kind of created one.
Yeah, so by not going down the prescribed lines. And one thing I've always admired about you, and also been slightly, slightly irritated about, is the fact you've never used your body and your, physicality to sell records. So obviously, on one hand, I'm thinking, that's great, what a great message. On the other hand, saying, come on, please, once, get them out. You know what I'm saying? There you go. But that's about as much as you've shown. And I do genuinely, I mean, joking aside, I kind of admire you for that, because presumably I would have thought the men's magazines that we have now, those kind of like, that porn for cowards you have, like Loaded and FHM and Maxim, those magazines, presumably they've approached you and said...
Well, I ended up I did do a shoot for one of those mags. But it was an accident. I didn't have a manager at the time, and I thought it was going to be a fashion spread, and I got there, and it was just bikinis.
Ah.
And I was really scared, and I didn't know what to do, and I did the shoot, and I've regretted it ever since.
Same thing happened to me when I first started in the business.
Really?
No. Who would want to see me in a bikini?
I've seen you in a Spider-Man suit.
You've seen? Yeah, well, that's a good look, isn't it?
Very good.
Let's talk about, you got a new album out now and a new single, and the video for the single is great. What inspired it?
The Born Supremacy.
They're great films, aren't they? Did you like? Have you seen both of them?
I love both of them.
Ah, they're great films. So this is kind of like based on those incredibly good car chase sequences in the middle of it. The single's called Shiver, and it's gone straight in right high in the charts here, hasn't it?
It went in at number 8.
Okay. Now, apparently your husband doesn't believe you've had any hits over here. Did you know that? You two should talk more.
I know.
Here's a little bit of Natalie's new single. This is the video. It's terrific. This is Shiver.
'Cause when you tell me stupid things like you do, yes, I have to change the rules. I can't lose, 'cause I shiver, I just break up when I'm near you. It all gets out of hand.
That was Natalie being driven home by Vic Reeves. Bless him. Now, so how much of the album do you write? How much of the material do you do yourself?
On this album, I co-wrote 10 of the 12 songs.
Okay. And this is out, it's out next week, I think.
Yeah, 4th.
Okay. And so, presumably, what, you sit down, you have the ideas first, you work with the guys who you work with, they have the ideas, how does it pan out?
I usually ask them to have some riffs ready when I come in, and then I choose out of, say, 3 riffs, and we start from there, and then the melody and the words kind of come at the same time. And
Now, I got confused when they told me you're coming on, Shiver, because for some reason, I thought you had recorded that song, I Bruise Easily, which is a hit at the moment
Natasha
for...
Bedingfield.
Natasha Bedingfield.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, and her brother is also very talented, and he's got quite a big head. I don't know if you noticed that. And he broke his neck. And I saw a photograph of him, and I didn't know he'd broken his neck, and I thought he just had this thing to support his slightly large head. And I felt very sorry for him.
It's not very nice.
I know, but then
He's a really nice guy.
I'm sure he is, and his head isn't actually that big when you get up close. But I heard the record, and I thought, OK, that's it. And it's called I Bruise Easily. OK?
Her record?
Yeah.
OK.
All right. Now,
I'm confused too.
Well,
now.
I'll tell you why. Now, but I got excited about having you on the show because Alan...
Because you thought I was her?
No. I'd much rather have you than old Big Ed. Listen. Well, not her, but her brother might come down and scare the kids. Never mind them. Let me...
OK. Oh. Sorry.
Well, I'll give your marriage a year at this rate if you don't start listening to the man in the house. Now, so I thought that was your record, that's all I'm saying. But the reason I got excited, obviously I wanted you on the show, but I wanted to show you someone's bruise.
OK.
Because we have someone on the show who last week got the most incredible bruise I've ever seen in my life. And I got so excited about that. Imagine my disappointment when I found out you didn't release the single, I Am Easily Bruised.
I'm so sorry.
But fortunately, we have cunningly introduced it into the conversation in such a manner I can now show you Alan's bruise. Alan, this is Alan, our floor manager. Please don't applaud him, he'll want to come back every week.
Hello.
Now,
Hello.
Alan, you fell over, didn't you?
I did.
OK, this was nothing to do with me, was it?
No.
OK, will you turn around and show Natalie your bruise, please? Check this out.
Don't stand too
check
close.
it out. Check it out. Look at that! Isn't that the best bruise you've ever seen on TV? Oh. Go on, off you go. Oh. Do you shave down there? What do you think of that? Well done, Alan. Good bruise.
That is a good bruise.
You ever seen one of those before?
No, but he was very close. I was getting a bit worried.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you saw, but Natalie was in the movie Johnny English.
Yes.
Which was a big hit film and a fun family movie. My kids adored it. You were working with Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
The villain of the piece was played by John Malkovich. Fantastic actor. And he played a Frenchman
Yes.
for us called Pascal Sauvage.
Sauvage.
And he did the full-on kind of comedy cinematic, oh, Sacre Bleu, what is happening?
Yeah.
Ooh la la, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Zut alors, à tout à l'heure, Charles de Gaulle. He did all that, right? Brilliant. And we're all sitting there thinking, laugh at the old Frenchie. You know what happened to that film when they released it in France?
No.
They revoiced him.
No.
And they made him an Englishman.
I didn't know that.
Yes, a roast beef. They made him into a common Englishman.
Why?
Well,
Do you know
exactly.
why? I don't know why.
Can't the French laugh at themselves? They are the most amusing race in Europe.
I'm surprised by that.
You should check your contract next time. Make sure that people aren't being reworded or dubbed to mock Englishmen.
Was I normal?
I believe so. Well, as normal as you get, but
Yeah.
I believe so.
Fish and chips.
I thought, what's that meant to be?
Fish and chips.
How long have you been in England for?
Okay, I'll forget it. Forget it. Forget I did that. I'm not good with accents.
Can you do any English accents?
No.
Can you do Cockney?
All right, love.
Yes, that's good.
Do you know what I mean? In it.
That's good acting. You see? Eddie, what do you think? Do you think she's got the East End accent down pat?
Oh, I didn't hear that because the camera was swinging towards me and I thought, oh, crap. No, we were all relaxing because the bloody camera was away and then suddenly it was, oh, camera time. We don't like this room.
Why do you not like that room?
Because it's f***ing shit.
Well...
And also, show the back of the wall. There's no f***ing wall there. Just show that wall.
Let's see the back of the wall.
Show the back of the wall. Show the back of the wall.
What's wrong with that? All right, OK.
And thirdly, there is no cognac back here.
No?
That's not quite true.
Blimey.
Oh, no, there is.
Oh, there you go.
But you came prepared.
All right. So, Natalie, Johnny English, you're very good in it. I mean, you're a talented actress.
Oh, thank you.
Once again, I find your career kind of strange, though, because you have a hit movie like that 2-3 years ago, then you don't follow it up with other movies. So, in the words of some of my friends, what go on?
It looks like I'm just really lazy, but I was working on my album straight after Johnny English for 3 years.
OK.
I'm just slow. I'm crap.
But you
I
could
take
make
too long.
So, really, you just focus on the one thing at a time?
Yeah.
Well, that's sensible, I guess.
Yeah. It's too hard to do both at the same time, I think. I wouldn't be able to do both well at the same time.
It's obviously working for you as well, because you come back with the single, it goes straight in the charts, so it's not like people forgot. Do you like to potter around? Do you like to fritter time away?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, look.
Am I lazy?
Yeah. Well, no, not lazy. There's a kind
See,
of...
I'm really worried about that people think I just took 2 years off and then decided on the third year to start writing. I feel really bad, because I tried to make the record in a year and...
Can I just ask you something?
Sure.
Have you had your eyes enlarged by surgery? Because they're bigger than anyone else's eyes I've seen up close.
No, I haven't.
Look at that, but that's a big old eye.
No, I haven't.
Did you always
Yours
have...
are pretty big.
Yeah, but they're not as big as yours. Mine are normal size. Look at that, it's like a couple of saucers. It's not a bad look.
No, they're mine.
You sure
all my sisters have the same eyes, and my mum and my dad.
OK. How many sisters do you have?
Eye surgery. I've got 3 sisters.
3 sisters. Are they older or younger than you?
1 older and 2 younger.
Are they married or single?
They're all going out with somebody at the moment. They're
enough
not
time to talk.
married.
You don't know enough about what's going on in your life.
I had to think about where they're at the moment.
Can I say something to you without wishing to seem mean? I'm beginning to think you're not so much lazy as a bit dozy.
I'm not very well. That's not very nice.
You
I've got
can't blame
bronchitis.
bronchitis for not knowing how old your sisters are. Hey, Natalie, really nice to meet you. I hope it wasn't too traumatic an experience. And the album sounds great from what I've heard of it, but the single's terrific, so congratulations there, and a great video.
Thanks.
I hope you feel better soon. Please, get off your lazy arse and make another movie.
Okay.
Right? Natalie Imbruglia, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was delightful. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
What a lovely young woman. Oh.